Just imagine being a new god, right? You're supposed to be part of the superior race, and every single person you've come across either wants to kill you or take your kid because supposedly she's a child of prophecy. That's idiotic. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is my coverage of DC vs. Vampire World War V issue 6, and it starts out with war. Literally, the heroes have to fight off a vampirized Big Barda. And if you know who Big Barda is, she's Wonder Woman level. And the vampirism just made her more brutal. She's a threat. Only Lobo was smart enough to actually realize that during this fight, Mr. Miracle just ran off with his kid. But the thing is, he didn't head to safety. He headed to death. Because now Aquaman had his kid. He honestly tried to beg, hey, Arthur, buddy, that's my girl. Please don't take her into the water. She'll drown. He said, that's the point. Scott looked at him confused. You want to drown my kid? I thought you guys wanted her alive. He just cracked a smile and said, well, accidents happen. Scott screamed, no. And from the corner, somebody said, leave the kid alone. It was Jaina, the one half of the Wonder Twin that could transform into water and animals now because of her brother's death. She tried to face off against Arthur, but he was the king of fucking Atlantis. You do not think I'm a basic Atlantean, right? Matter of fact, honey, take care of this freak. Bruh, she tore her apart because Mira could control water. Now, Jaina could not stop them. They took the kid and they did what they needed to. It was over quickly, and what came next was mourning. They didn't even know how to feel. They found the Flash, but now he had no legs. Now, automatically, we know what John Constantine was on. It was time to fight. It was time for war. But Lois Lane thought different. But she didn't know. The vampires already made the first move. And right now, they were already marching. They knew where the heroes were. Everyone who stood in their path was killed. Everyone died. And Lois Lane was still preaching peace. Honestly, they needed the whole council to vote for war to start. And now, Talia Ghul was dead. Damien was here to take her place though, but she wasn't rocking with it at all. She actually found a way to apologize for her loss and losing Alfred as well. But nah, Damien corrected her. Alfred is alive. What of John Constantine? Someone from the shadows just said dead. They were on the attack, but Lois Lane said, he's cool. He said, how do you know this? And he said, well, my ability is just to know things. I'm here for the kid. Everybody looked at Damien, but he said, ew, not that kid. The kid of Miracle. They didn't have it, of course, and when Supergirl's party pulled up, they said, yeah, the kid is probably dead. Lois was just happy to find out that one member of the super family was still alive. But yeah, the kid is dead. She watched it live. Jaina was physically upset. She thought she tried her best, but I guess it wasn't enough. Green Arrow tried to make her feel better, but she said, nah, don't do that. Don't patronize me. I ain't a fucking kid. I fucked up. We all did. The hooded figure again said, wow, that's unfortunate. And Green Arrow was losing his cool. Yup. Who is this guy? The figure replies, well, I've been working with John, and we were supposed to get the kid to stop a massive outfalling that's about to follow. Supergirl tried to be Superman. Just tell us what we could do. And I promise you, when the time comes, we will be ready. The hooded figure laughed. The time comes? Baby girl? The time is already here, as we see that this person is Metron himself. And if he's worried, that means the new gods are involved. Or rather, one god is involved. Vampires were still marching and they stopped, which annoyed the queen. She called to Grodd and Grodd told her, yeah, the old woman is back. She came here again asking for the kid, but Barbara wasn't trying to hear it. She told Grodd to toss her away, and he did. But the granny just smiled. Oh, you don't know what you've done. You shouldn't be worried about me, but my master. And it was clear that this woman was Granny Goodness. But the vampires didn't have time to be worried about that. The war was here. Humanity was standing, or rather making their last stand. This was going to end very badly because they were weak. But from the skies, she came. She wasn't playing this time. She went straight to the queen. I'm gonna ask you this once, based on our past history. Stop this madness, end this war. But Barbara said, nah, I'm hungry. As soon as she heard this, she went aggressive. She used her laser beam and drew a line in the sand. Whoever crosses this line will die first. And honestly, Wonder Woman stepped up. the fuck you talking about will die first? Did you actually think this would work? Supergirl said, nah, but I honestly wanted to fight you first. And then they began. Matter of fact, everyone got ready and the war began. All together, humans versus vampires. It was bloody hell. The humans tried their best, but these were super-powered vampires. How did they expect to win? Well, they had a little demon by their side because Damien was going crazy. He dropped a lot of vampires in one move. The numbers still are a problem because while he was killing a lot, they just kept coming. And it wasn't just him. Green Arrow and Black Canary were having their fun as well. But the numbers again separated them and buried them. Swamp Thing was trying to reach them. But like I said, the numbers, bruh, it was affecting everyone. And the Queen just watched from the distance like, yeah, my friends are dying right in front of me. Too bad for them. It was her victory till she heard a boom. And when she looked behind her, she saw him in all of his greatness and still thought she was the Queen. Who the fuck are you? He introduced himself. I am Darkseid. I am here for the child. You met my emissary. She replied, the granny is with you? He said, yes. She replies, oh, well, that's cool and all, but I'm in the middle of a war. Are you blind? He said, no. Your skirmishes mean nothing to me. Bring me the child. I'm guessing in this universe they haven't met Apocalypse before because Aquaman thought he was a G. He pulled up and said, hey, watch the way you talk to my queen. Apocalypse was straight up offended. A queen? What is a queen before a god? He picked up Aquaman like a toy and he squished him like a bug. I mean, it was insane. If you do not give me the child, you will burn with this miserable planet. All over the skies, boom tubes could be seen, and from them came the parademons. It was hell on earth. Fuck the war. This was death incarnate. Speaking of death, John Constantine for some reason was still alive. I mean, this brother got his skull crushed by Grodd, and yet he still lived. How? Before him stood the Council of Magicians, and their message was clear. Yup, you do not get to die now. You still have a lot to do. So John, wake up.